everybody, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you guys are new. Today's video is going to be a very requested video. I feel like I say that all the time, but no joke, as you guys can see by the title, very requested video because I'm finally getting around to doing my website video on how I create my website and just things that you need to do to create your own website. Obviously, I am a makeup artist, so mine's specifically going to be targeted toward makeup artists and bridal makeup artists specifically because I usually focus on that in my career. But if you guys are trying to make any other website, to be totally honest, you can use this as a base to go off of. So not stopping you if you guys aren't a makeup artist, but just wanted to let you guys know that I am a makeup artist and that's what my website's going to be focusing on. I decided to edit this video in a different way than I have been before. I think I'm going to try to put myself in this video recording up in like a little corner here, and then I'm screen recording my actual laptop, so that'll be the main screen of this video. Hopefully I can figure that out. If I can't, it will be a split screen, but I decided to kind of create a more personal connection with you guys that way because I feel like it's kind of boring sometimes just looking at a screen recording. So if you guys like this style of video, just let me know. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and first start off by telling you that when you guys are creating your website, you're not going to just be starting from scratch. I know a lot of people have just kind of thought that you're starting with a blank canvas, like it's a completely blank website and you kind of just have to insert everything yourself, but that's false. That's not how it works. And that's why I think a bunch of people are really overwhelmed with trying to build a website because they think that's what it is, but it's not. So basically when you try to build a website, you first have to decide who you want your hosting website to be. Your hosting website is, for instance, things like WordPress, which I use. I also have used Wix, and then you can also use Squarespace. There also is several other hosting websites too, but those are just like the three most popular that I can think of off the top of my head. So as far as your hosting website, you choose that, and then you're going to want to choose a domain name. So your domain name is your actual website IP address. For instance, let me go on mine. So mine is jmartistrymakeup.com. As you can see right here, it did autofill because obviously I go on there quite a bit to edit it. And then this is going to be what my website looks like here. When you actually pick your domain and everything, so you pick your IP address, so mine's jmartistrymakeup.com, as I said before, then that means that you own the rights and the copyrights to that actual website address, so nobody else can take it from you. It's yours. I'll get into that a little bit later, but I kind of just wanted to give you a brief overview. I know this is kind of overwhelming, and I'm so sorry. I really am not the best explainer when it comes to like techie sort of things because I don't even 100% understand them myself, but I know enough to at least create a website for myself. And I did design this all myself. I didn't have any help from a professional or anything, like I did all this myself. Then you literally have a whole entire slew of templates you can choose from. So basically your templates that you choose from, you can filter out any way, kind of like you can pictures. So you can choose like modern designs, contemporary designs. So it's not as overwhelming as people may think, just to let you guys know. But I basically set mine up, obviously as you can tell, it's a black and white theme because I'm all about clean lines, I'm all about modernism, like that sort of thing. So I want mine to match my brand aesthetic because my logo is black and white too. I just want it to be really clean and crisp and professional looking. So that's how I have mine set up. But basically what it is right now is that I have all my social handles right here. All of these are hyperlinks, so you can click on all of them. And to be totally honest, all the templates are pretty much set up the same, but you can rearrange them however you want to. So it usually has a place for a header. As far as my header goes, you can physically type something in, but I just inserted a whole entire picture of my actual logo and blew it up so it kind of looks like a header. Then you will have a little taskbar going on here. This is your main menu options. You can change these however you want to, create drop-down menus, etc. So I just have home, which you're on the home page right now. Then I have the About Me section that also links to client reviews and also my blog posts. Then I have my portfolio here, my packages and pricing, my bridal FAQs, and also the contact page. So that's how I have mine set up. Then right over here, you have a whole entire taskbar of options. This is like literally known as the side menu options on WordPress. So here I have my Instagram linked. You can click on any of these. It'll take you to the Instagram posts. Then Facebook right here, and then also my blog post right here. Then right down here is my very outdated freelance makeup artist kit video for my YouTube channel. This is actually the one that I posted last year. I need to update this, so I'll probably do it as I'm going along here. Right here, I just basically have a little welcome statement. It's really nice to have a welcome statement saying like, hey, welcome to my page, welcome to my website, you know, that sort of thing. So people know obviously you're friendly. And then I also let people know that I am booking for 2022 weddings because You book really far out now for makeup artists nowadays. And then I wanted to create a whole entire little slideshow of photos right here. You can insert whatever you want at this point in time. This actually wasn't part of the template that I had originally, but I decided to kind of just import like a little slideshow here. You can change out whatever pictures that you want. And then I also have the person that took the photos right here just to give them photo credits. And then also, as far as photos go, just like a really brief thing, I don't think it's a smart idea to include your personal photos, so like the photos you take on your phone or your camera on your website. Like, your website is professional and you're trying to show how professional you are as a makeup artist, because not a ton of makeup artists have websites. So you're already automatically on a higher level from other makeup artists or other wedding vendors in general if you have a professional website built, and your clientele will know that. So just make sure that you have all professional photos, so just use the photos that you get back from photographers on your website. I do specifically only advertise myself as a bridal makeup artist, but I do other things as well, but I am primarily going in the wedding direction. So I want to make sure that my website looks as bridal as possible. That's also another thing to keep in mind when you guys are designing your website. You want to make sure that you basically kind of curate your website according to whatever niche you want to fit yourself into. Just make sure that you're targeting whoever you want as your clientele on your website. Next, I want to do like a little brief overview of kind of who I am and kind of almost like my mission statement, if that makes sense. Also, I'm not going to go over this in detail, like this would take me forever. So I want to make sure that I always include my website address and also my social handles in the description bar of every single one of my YouTube videos. So if you guys want to actually read everything for yourself, go ahead and check out my website for yourself. It's public information, like you can scroll through it, do whatever with it. Then if you want to know more about me, I do have an About Me button there, and I do also have my reviews page as well. So my reviews actually do come directly from my Facebook page. Then right here, I tell all about the bridal experience and how I strive to have the absolute best for my bridal clients, and I want to create the ultimate bridal experience for them, because obviously it is a very special day in their lives. So anyways, I have that on here, as well as a professional bridal photo. Then I have my bridal FAQs page, which they can check out if they want to. Then right here, I also do have my Instagram handle linked below, because I am most active on that besides obviously my YouTube channel. It's really important to share your contact info and location somewhere else besides the contact page. So I just have that as a little footer at the bottom of my website. So yeah, that's pretty much my homepage. And then I have the About Me here. This is clickable. So you can go onto here, and then this actually has a little brief overview of basically myself, and I do include a photo of myself and my girls on my wedding day last year in all of our little cute getting ready robes, because I like to let people know that I am relatable, because I have been a bride before and a current bride. So I've been in their shoes, I know what this day and age is, I know how to handle weddings, etc. So it's really nice to kind of let people know that I have been a bride myself recently. And then I just basically share about, you know, how I got started, how old I am, things like that. And then also what kind of work I usually do. Just kind of lets people know about my experience, and it just also lets people know that I am a professional in my field, and I have had professional training, so I'm not out here just like, you know, doing makeup on people's faces. And then this is totally optional, but I think this gets like a little bit more personal with people. It's so hard, I feel like, on social media and everything to gain a personal connection with people, because you're just seeing them through a screen. But I feel like on my website, this little meet the family section gives people a little bit more personal insight into my life. So I let them know kind of about my family a little bit more. I don't personally have kids, but I do have 2 dogs and a husband, and that's enough for me right now. So I do let people know that I am married and everything. So this is a little synopsis about my husband. This is my lab Ellie. She's actually going to be turning 4 this year. I have to update their ages here pretty soon. And then this is my blue healer. His name's Dexter, and he's going to be turning 3. So I just think it's kind of cute, and people have commented before that have found me through my website. They've commented on how cute my dogs are and everything. So I think it's like really fun, especially if they have pets too. And then let me go down to my client reviews. So again, as I said before, these come from my Facebook page. So I just copy and paste them in here pretty much. But on Facebook, you have a way to like rate them by stars and everything. So that's exactly what I did here. WordPress does have an option to do like a rating system. So I just put in like however many stars they put with me on Facebook, and I don't have any bad reviews or anything less than 5 stars right now on my Facebook page, to be honest. So, I mean, all of them are good reviews, but I just put like the ones that are my favorites on here. Basically put my most current ones at the top and then the older ones at the bottom. And if they become more than a year old, I will delete them off of here. I don't like have every single review that I've ever had on here, because that would be a lot. Then obviously, as I mentioned before, this is my blog post. So I do have things for makeup artists on here, like sanitation for COVID. And then I also do have other things for bridal clients about, like, you know, different things. It's like a bridal preview is worth it, like that sort of thing if they're debating, or like 10 questions to ask your makeup artist. They are really handy blog posts, don't get me wrong, but blogging is just like not what my forte is. Okay, so next I'm going on to my portfolio. So as I mentioned before, I specifically want to target bridal clients. So I don't have anything on my portfolio that does not deal with weddings. So once you get photos back from the wedding photographer, then you can basically just pick and choose what photos you want to put on here. Make sure you get some shots of all the bridal party if you did everybody, some close up of the bride, some far away, some with their spouse, etc. It's just kind of fun. And then I separate them out by each wedding. All of this is one wedding. And then I rearrange them to kind of look more aesthetically pleasing. And then this one's all one wedding. This is all one wedding, etc. And then I have little separators that I have here to kind of divide each one of the weddings, so like your eye can like separate out each one. And also I've gotten a lot of questions about how you actually get professional photos back from the photographers. And to be totally honest, it's sometimes a huge task in itself to get the photos back, because obviously wedding photographers, like other wedding vendors, have a lot going on, and they're probably not going to just remember to send their wedding albums to you. A lot of the times, wedding photographers will not have any sort of issue sending you that whole entire bride's wedding album. They'll usually email it to you and give you an access code to be able to download it. It's kind of advertising for both of you. So like, you're crediting them, like make sure you give them credit for the photo every single time you post it somewhere. But as long as you're giving them credit for the photo, it's advertising for them, and then they're also advertising for you because now they know who you are. You can reach out to them through their Facebook, Instagram, however they prefer to be contacted, and just let them know that you are the makeup artist that did this bride's wedding, and if you could have access to their wedding album. And usually they have no problem giving it to you. I have not had one single photographer yet that has said no to me, and it's basically like an exchange of services at that point in time, so usually they're pretty cool with it. Next, going on to packages and pricing here. So for this, don't focus on my prices, by the way. I have a whole entire video that I will link up above about how to set your prices as a makeup artist. So if you guys are trying to copy my prices, please don't, because it's very location specific. I mostly wanted to show you guys how I laid everything out and kind of how I did things. So this is my bridal packages. Again, I don't share like special event packages because that's not what I want to focus on, but it is kind of around the same as my bridal packages right now. I will be upping my bridal packages probably in like September or something for next year. I have a basic package and I have a luxury package. You guys do not have to do that. It's just something specific that I like to do because I like to include a whole entire skincare element too. So I have the price of the package, and then the fact that it includes the bridal preview, which is the bridal trial, and the wedding day application. So make sure that people know it is for two. So that makes it $75 each, and this one makes it $110 each. And I also let people know what it includes because everybody just likes to know what they're getting for their bucks, you know what I mean? So the basic package includes basic skin prep, false lashes, touch-up kit. That's what it includes. And then the luxury package includes skincare prep, and that's the full skincare prep, false lashes, and a touch-up kit. Then this is my other pricing right here. So I have bridesmaid / other. So that would be like mother to the bride, mother to the groom, things like that. And then junior bridesmaid prices. So I have them going from ages 11 to 16 at $45. And then the flower girl is 25. So that's 10 and under. And then I did link my bridal FAQ section because I do let people know that it's really imperative that you do check out my bridal FAQ section, because I get a bunch of repeat questions. Honestly, every single time somebody emails me, DMs me, etc., and they ask me the same exact questions that I had on my FAQ section, and I'm like, I didn't spend hours doing that bridal FAQ section for no reason. So usually if people ask me a bunch of questions, or I just link them to my bridal FAQs page, and that answers literally everything that they would ever know. And it just kind of is more helpful that way. You're really transparent like that. So, I mean, I would highly recommend doing an FAQs page of some sort, even if you aren't a bridal makeup artist. And I have the bridal FAQs button linked here. And then I also have the book now, which also takes them to my contact page. Then I also wanted to let the people know that I do have a travel fee. I do include 90 miles round trip from Fort Wayne, which is my personal residence. And then it's $1 per mile over the 90 miles. So I do let people know that, so they're not blindsided, you know, if they, you know, have a really high travel fee. And then also wanted to let them know my booking policy, so they know that I can't just hold dates for people. Like, and it's very smart, by the way, to take deposits from people. It's really smart. So I just basically say a signed contract and $50 retainer is required to book. If both are not obtained, your date is not secure by me. And want to make sure if you do take retainers or deposits, they're interchangeable words, that you do let people know that they are non-refundable, because in case they reschedule on you or in case they have to cancel and it's their fault, like, just know that you do not have to give back that money, and they know that. Right on here, I have my bridal FAQs page. I do have a whole entire video that goes over what all I have in here, and I will be linking that up above too. I'm not going to spend all of this time going over this. I want to get through this video as quickly as possible because I already know it's going to be really long. So anyways, I want to go through here really quick. So bridal FAQs, frequently asked bridal questions, just really nice, and includes links to like different blog posts that I've made or just different websites or something like that. Some of them I have linked to my YouTube channels, things like that. And then, yeah, just a bunch of questions. And then I have my contact me page button at the bottom of here. So then going on to my contact page, I have my contact and availability. So I, again, notify people that they should probably check out my bridal FAQs page if they haven't checked it out already before they book. And then all my info I have again, so based out of Fort Wayne and willing to travel. And then I do let them know it says see travel fee on pricing and packages page. Again, don't want to blindside people. Sometimes travel fees can be upwards of like $200 if they're not careful, because I won't just be driving for free. This is my whole entire contact form. This is very personal within WordPress. So with WordPress, you can customize this however you want to. You can also do plugins for contact pages as well, but I just use the one that they had standard within here. And then you can basically rearrange these to however you want to. So I make sure I get their first and their last name. This is just a typeable button, like you can type anything you want in here. And then this is an event date square. So this is actually a drop down calendar. So they can actually manually select what date, or you can like, you know, type it in if you want to. But there is a calendar date that they can drop down at. Their email here is a requirement because obviously I need to have a way to respond back to them. So I need their email address. And then this one right here is really personal to me, but I like to know who I'm talking to because sometimes it's not just the bride that reaches out to me. Sometimes it's their mom, it's a family member, a bridesmaid, things like that. So I do make sure I put down a drop down tab here. So I said I am, and then you have to select one. Then you can be the bride, a bridesmaid, a family member, or the other space is if you have any other special event that you're reaching out to me for that's not bridal, then that's the other category. And then right here, I put this on here because I do have a minimum now for bridal services. I used to just kind of take whatever, but sometimes I was driving like upwards of 2 hours for one person, and that kind of seemed a little bit ridiculous. And they also, of course, didn't want to pay the travel fee. So it was just kind of a whole entire huge like hot mess that was happening. So now I have a minimum of 4 people. So that's the bride and 3 other people for all services. And I will not travel to somebody if they don't have those 4 services, because they have to put down how many people that they think are going to need my services. So, I mean, you can do like a range, like you can do like 6 to 8 people or something, like just as long as you put something there for me, so at least I know how much time to like designate for you. And then the event location is also required too. This was not required before, but I like to know where it is. If they don't specifically know where they're getting ready in the morning, at least let me know a city so I know where I'm going at least. And then additional info, obviously you can include anything. So, and obviously the submit button is right here, and then that'll submit it to my email, and that's where it goes to. So yeah. That's pretty much all for my website. Sorry that was like really lengthy. I'm probably going to cut this down a lot because I feel like that was a lot of me like just rambling. Okay, so I'm going to create a like secondary mock website for you guys just to kind of let you guys know what exactly you could make your website like. So I believe that when you first go onto WordPress, this is what it comes up with. You can say my website's called, and then just put your business name. So I can just put in like JM Artistry Makeup, and then it says, don't worry, you can change it later, which is fine. So you say continue. And then you can choose a domain. Right now, I'm just going to click the free one because I don't want to like pay for it right now. I want to be able to delete it. So I'm going to do this one. They do curate your whole entire like website address for you if you don't actually pay for a domain. And sometimes, obviously, it's a bunch of like random numbers and letters after your actual name of your business. And as I said before, you can choose your own domain. So you can make it like a .com, .blog, .org. Usually it's smarter to do a .com because usually when people are guessing your page in general, usually they'll end with .com. Like you don't really think about typing in .org or something. So I would make sure it's a .com if you do choose a domain name. But I'm just going to do a freebie one. So I'm going to say continue. Then this is what I was talking about as far as building templates. So this is literally all the templates. So you can start with a completely blank canvas if you want to, but I feel like that's really overwhelming. You can choose any of these that you want to. Say you choose this one because it's like very aesthetically pleasing, you know, whatever. then it'll basically go through and have you choose the font that you want on there. So like this is Playfair, you can also choose Cabin. You can also change it later too, like everything's not set in stone. And then as I said before, you can actually view it from a tablet perspective. So like this is the tablet perspective. You can also view it from mobile right here, and that's what it'll look like on mobile. And then that's your desktop. So then I can say continue. And then it says, which features will you need? You can choose to do this if you want to. So then this is what I was talking about as far as like different plans you can have for your website. So it looks like you can actually pay for it monthly if you want to, but you just get billed a little bit more each month because obviously you save a little bit more if you pay for it all up front. Annually, for instance, this is the premium. So this is basically just for freelancers. And this is $8 a month, but you're billed $96 annually. And then you can also do a personal one, so that's $4 a month, or you're billed $48 annually. Then the business one right here is $25 a month, and that's billed $300 annually. I think I might just have the premium one. I think that's it, because I think I get billed about $96. Just focus either on the business plan, or you can also do the premium plan. If you guys are a makeup artist, at least, like that's the two plans I would probably choose between. But $96 is obviously more affordable than $300, but $300 does give you access to the plugins, which are very handy. I've thought about upgrading, but to be totally honest, my website's been working for me really well right now, so I haven't been doing anything with it. Okay, so I'm gonna select the free one here. So then it says it's building my website here. So then you can also start a tour if you want to, or I'm just going to skip it for now because I'm pretty much going to be giving you guys the tour. So this is pretty much what your editor looks like when you're on WordPress. So most every other hosting website will have an editor similar to this. So it pretty much does the same functions. WordPress is just a little bit more advanced. But basically right now I'm on my homepage because it doesn't actually build you a complete website by yourself. Like you need to add other pages to it, but it will build a homepage for you. As I said before, you're literally not building your website completely from scratch. You're changing every single element about this. So for instance, you can say like welcome, like I did, or you know, do whatever you want with it. And then there's a hey there section, and then you can change like, you know, all of this if you want to. You can change the font, you can like recenter it. You can even do like different grids and change like the picture out and everything. I'm not really good at explaining these things, I'm so sorry. And here is where you can actually add in other things. So like say I wanted to add in another image or something. Then you can upload an image, or you can select an image. So I'm gonna say select one. And also what's really nice about this is that you can either go through Google Photos, or you can also go through this thing called Pexels. And they will give you a whole bunch of like stock images that you can choose from. So you can actually like look up like makeup artist stuff if you want to, and you can literally rearrange this, you can edit it, like all this is your photo editor right here. So yeah, you can pretty much do whatever you want with this website at this point in time. And then right at the top, you can do preview. And then you can now look at it as if you were just going onto your website as a client, and you can see how it looks like when it's laid out and everything. And then you can also drop down here, look at it through a tablet version. And then this one, you can look at it through a mobile version. Okay, and then if you go back onto this guy right here, you can go onto dashboard. And then I want to leave the page, okay. So if I go onto view pages right here, this is also where you can add a new page. So I can add one here. When you add a page, you can literally put anything you want to in here. You can do like an about me page and anything like that. So of course these again are templates, and you can choose anything about them. If you want to do a blog, you can. Any of these layouts. Then you can also do a gallery. So for instance, when you do your portfolio, all of these will be really handy for that. And with mine, I actually chose the services to do the bridal packages and pricing. I chose one of these layouts. And then the contact, and that's your whole entire contact page. So this is actually what I used for my contact page, and I just like rearranged it. So for instance, say you choose this one, then it creates a whole entire like little mock page for you. And you can change this out to however you want to. Like I can literally change, so like insert before, and then I can choose like date picker. And then this is actually how that menu works. Insert whatever you want to. You can make it required or not required. Like that's what the star means. So yeah, I mean, you can literally do almost everything you can with this website. So if you guys, again, have specific questions that I can answer, definitely do so. But there is a ton of YouTube tutorials out there that will take you entirely through the WordPress space and everything and literally teach you step by step how to do it. I also would highly suggest to do that little tutorial that I skipped before this. If you go to the main dashboard area, if you go to plugins right here, this is what I was talking about. So you don't have access to this until you actually purchase the business page. The premium one does not have it because it says upgrade to business plan to install plugins. But these plugins can basically be anything. So if you wanted to have, say, like a specific calendar, then your availability would basically export into here so people would know the dates that you're busy. Anyways, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Hopefully this was really informative for you guys. I know this was kind of like all over the place, but I wanted it to be as helpful as possible to you guys. So if you guys have any questions, definitely leave those in the comments down below. Also, if you guys did enjoy this video and you sticked all the way through it, definitely go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys have not already. I upload a ton of makeup artist related content. So if you guys are interested, please subscribe to the channel. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day and I will talk to you guys in my next video. All right, bye.